The court system in Detroit, Michigan is one of the largest in the United States. Millions of dollars in fines are assessed each year, but collecting them presents a huge challenge for the court. In May of 2013, it was decided that a more efficient and cost-effective manner of processing payments was needed at the 36th District Court. The chief judge on the project quickly set out to modernize the payment of fines at the courthouse. One of the issues that plagued the court was long lines of citizens waiting to pay fines. Unhappy citizens stood in lines that could be hours long, and many times they found themselves standing in lines for hours only to be turned away at the end of the day without ever getting to pay their fines.
The time saved by being able to pay immediately is a big benefit for us, and it's a big benefit for our customers. And you know, that's the biggest thing, is that people don't have to wait. I mean, we really have a lot of times when people do have to wait, so I'm sure they're absolutely pleased to be able to do something immediately here. And that would be the biggest benefit for the court and for the litigant.
The court was facing an enormous challenge as it sought to collect a huge volume of fines and keep the court running efficiently. The chief judge looked to automation as a solution for the courts. Working with a company called GTL, payment kiosks were installed in the courthouse to accept payments for fines using automated technology. The payment kiosk allows citizens to avoid standing in the long lines and pay their fines using cash and credit or debit cards, dramatically increasing the amount of fines the 36th District Court can process in a day, and reducing the length of time citizens spend standing in line.
But you come in and you wait, and once the case is adjudicated, you then have to wait again to pay. And so for some people, they don't have the time to stand around and wait to pay, and so they exit. And when they leave the courthouse, they forget that they owe the money. And so they don't pay, and then we have to try and collect from them.
The solution to this problem was anything but easy. The 36th District Court is large and complex. There are 5 floors of courtrooms and up to 25 service windows that can accept a variety of transactions. Anything from traffic tickets to bonds, probation fees, and other court-related payments.
We have 31 judges and 4 magistrates. We have 5 floors. We have 34 courtrooms, I believe. So we're pretty busy. And even though our location is in downtown Detroit, we have clientele from other than Detroit, because people receive tickets in the city, and this is kind of a busy area actually down here. So I think I mentioned about 1 million traffic cases. We have a lot of people in our building every day. I think during the period of our amnesty, we had 58,000 people come through in a month's time. So we're busy every day.
We were looking to reduce the lines. Oftentimes employees would come in, and right before them would be a line of people waiting, and that's a little discouraging for the employees, that as soon as they walk in the door, there's a line of people waiting to pay. So that was the first thing, and to avoid people walking out the door because they don't want to stand in the lines. So we were losing money, basically.
With the addition of the payment kiosks, the 36th District Court was able to reduce the time it took for consumers to pay fines at the court, process more fines per day, and reallocate staff to assist on other court business. The payment kiosks have also allowed the court to collect fines from consumers who simply did not have time to stand in line all day, reducing lost revenue for the court.
Yeah, the integration we have with the court and GTL is seamless. There's no manual entry that court personnel have to do on a daily basis. We manage the entire back end. We manage the cash pickups. We manage the daily reconciliation. Everything is seamless to the court when it relates to this project. GTL does the heavy lift when it comes to the things that the court used to do. So their cash intake has gone down dramatically. The amount of staff that used to participate in accepting money. They don't have to do that anymore because the kiosks do it for them. And actually GTL handles all the cash pickups and is responsible for all the cash pickups.
Compounding the issues faced at the court was the need to not only collect cash at the payment kiosks, but also ensure that consumers would not have to leave the court to get exact change for payments and be able to collect, deposit, and guarantee all funds received on behalf of the courts. It was decided that bill changers were necessary and that the software accepting the payments would need to be able to round down all the tickets to even dollar amounts. Multiple kiosks would need to be deployed in various locations to serve consumers, both before and after the security checkpoints, to further reduce the burden of consumers seeking to pay their fines. The solution proposed by GTL has been a success for the 36th District Court. The payment kiosks have reduced the lines to make payments and have allowed the court to reallocate staff to other court business. The court did not have to bring on staff to manage the project either, as GTL provided all the hardware, software, and expertise needed to make the project a success. Based on performance to date, the 36th District Court is looking to expand the role that GTL's solutions take in accepting payments at the court. More payment types and expanded payment options, like automated telephone payments and online payments, will allow the courts to further decrease staff involvement in manually processing fines and fees.
The scope of the project, what GTL kind of envisions is rolling this project out nationwide. Every court has similar challenges to the Detroit 36th Court. Generally speaking, they have a lot more customers than they do staff, and they've got long lines, and people get frustrated with long lines, and they have a tendency to walk out early rather than paying their fine. And so these kiosks enable users all throughout the country to go in and pay and leave and not wait in line. It's kind of similar to what the airlines did. If you go into the airport now, you'll see some people in line, sure, but a lot of people will simply go to the kiosk and use that to check in and check their luggage and things like that. The kiosk won't solve every problem for the court. There are some instances where human interaction is required, but at the end of the day, the simple transactions is what we're looking to accomplish.
GTL is a leading provider of technology to the public safety sector and works extensively with federal, state, and local governments to implement technological solutions to complex problems. Let GTL become a part of your success story. Visit www.gtl.net/D36 for more information.